First of all, I want to give the highest honor, glory, and all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Racha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, scattered to all four corners of the earth. Shalom. So let me start with playing this clip.
Welcome. I found it interesting to see Reuters ask the question today, are central bank digital currencies an idea whose time has come? Indeed, though, this is more of an announcement than an actual question to readers. As you can see, many banks around the world have been working on this for some time, from the UK, who has perhaps the best named cryptocurrency with their Britcoin, to the US, who is creating a innovation center within the Federal Reserve to explore a digital dollar, to the ECB, who's working on a digital euro, to China with their digital yuan, to Canada, who this week is talking about the need for a loonie-linked digital currency, to Switzerland, who's already tested one and is ready to launch it in January. Just if you look at the dates, just this week, as Reuters is talking about, is it an idea whose time has come? Tanzania is making plans to launch it. The Bank of Indonesia is ready to launch a digital currency as a way to fight cryptocurrency.
So you see, man, this was already in the pipeline, and this is where it all comes down to the digital currency to get rid of the money, you know. So this is what it all comes down to, man. That is the digital currency, and it's gonna go much further, like was prophesied, man, in Revelation 13, you know. So we're gonna go later on into this, because this is one of the scriptures was these devils don't want to hear about, you know. They immediately give you a strike if you're talking about it. So, and then you know what's up, man. Because if you cannot say something about something, then you know that they are really busy to implement these things. So you see, all these central banks are pushing for that digital currency, man. So let me go to a preset real quick, because something came in my mind. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse, let me start with 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And yeah, who's the first beast, man? This is Roman, man. And we are all back in Roman, man, with all the same draconian laws what was in the pagan Roman Empire. And that is the like the Bill of Rights and all these things he's exercising again, man, you know, to get everybody to be on one accord, just like in the time with Nimrod, man, to have one world order, man, to make everybody speak the same language, you know, build a tower to the heavens so he can be the Most High. And that is the same thing that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, wants to do, man. And mainly the elites, to sit on the throne acting like he is the Most High, man. And that's why he wants you to worship these things what he's bringing to you, man. That it is such a good thing to, you know, to the digital currency. And it's going to go further to, you know what I'm saying, man, to put it in you, the charagma, you know. And the Renaissance time, that was when he came back, you know, because he was wounded, the first beast, you know. And now that wound is healed. And that was the Renaissance time when Esau Edom started to rise again, you know, and took over. And Renaissance means a rebirth. And that was the rebirth of the Edomites again, man. and with the same Roman Empire revived, you know. But this time they took over the whole world, man. Before it was a particular areas that they took over, you know. But now they took over the whole world, and with this power, with this, they want to implement their authority and acting like they are the most high, you know. So that's why they do what they do. One world currency, you know, with him sitting on top. That's why you see all these countries, you see they all have digital currencies, man, nowadays. Because that's why people always are saying to me, yeah, you need to go in Bitcoins and so. But I already knew, man, in my spirit, and it was before the truth. I already know that, hey, man, sooner or later the government gonna have control over all the things. Plus, it is not real. It is not backed up by nothing, man. It is just on the internet, you know, and it is not backed up by gold or silver or something of value, man, you know. And I'm always had that idea, like, yo, man, all these things that is on the internet, man, it can be taken away in a jiffy, man, you know, because why? They created that it's just okay, a so-called J created, you know, that whole computer thing, and you know, the internet, and you know, the internet of things, and you know what I'm saying. But who is dominating it? Who has the power to take all the advanced inventions what Jake made? That is Esau, because why? You don't have power in this kingdom, man. So this is what we see now, that they are making haste to come to one new world order, because why? The dollar is crashing, hyperinflation. So we're living in those times, man. We are really living in those times that we're gonna witness that the last prophecy, yeah, one of the last prophecies, you know, the MOTB is gonna be fulfilled, man. And what's gonna happen after that? There is gonna be a third world war, man. You know, that is what is the last prophecy, man. And what is that? And that's also mean that we are close to our salvation, man. That Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's gonna send Yahweh Salakia gonna send his son Yahushai for us, man. You know, our big brother, man, to save us out of this hellhole that they call in this hellhole, this Edomite supremacy, man. You know, that we're gonna be relieved of all this madness, man.
Yeah, sure. Jamaica, again, this just today, we're going to launch a central bank digital currency because it's more inclusive. That makes people feel warm and fuzzy, doesn't it? India, not going to use Bitcoin. The Bank of India is working on a central bank digital currency rollout. Japan is also working on one over there. The Bank of Israel is working on a digital shekel. Yeah, and on and on and on. In fact, according to the Reuters article itself, we read that a survey from late 2020, right, last year, 86% of global central banks were already looking into launching their own central bank digital currency. And as of July, 56 central banks were already.
Salakia. So you see, man, that this is what they. That's why they was creating this environment in 2020. You know, the whole thing, what is going on, to what, to introduce you to the new world order. Because if you think that things is gonna go back like in 2019, you really fooling yourself, man. That's why a lot of people think, yeah, if I take the you know what, then everything is gonna go back to normal. But but it is you people who are to blame, who don't take the you know what, the thing's not gonna go back to normal. No, stupid, it ain't gonna go back to normal, man. This is what they've been planning a long time ago, man. Since 2010, 8, they already knew that the dollar was in problems, man. You remember that that there was a big crisis on the earth, man. You know, the so-called crisis, and that is things what these banks creating, you know. And they already knew that this was about to happen, that the dollar is about to crash, man. This is all over, man, you know. And this is part of their new plans, man. This is their goals, man. Sustainable goals is part of this, man. Yeah, I don't want to rant too much. Let's listen further, man. And by the way, man, this guy is making a lot of good. Yeah, he brings out a lot of good reports. So, yes, I listen a lot of times to things that he has to say about things what's going on. You know, he got always yeah, things that really going in what has happened nowadays, man. And yeah, you can look it up. Maybe I'm gonna post it in the description box if I don't forget.
Talking openly, publicly, about these efforts. So there are two questions that I think stem from seeing every central bank in the world launch at the same time a digital currency. One is, who is pulling the strings behind the scenes, evidently in control
Slovakia, and his name is the Ice Age Farmer. So you can look him up.
of every money supply in the world, right? And if you look at the ownership of the central banks, that question is actually easy to answer. The more important one, and the one I want to try and look at tonight, is what is the goal of this? Why is this something that is clearly baked into the agenda for control around the world? Control of every money supply in the world, right? And if you look at the ownership of the central banks, that question is actually easy to answer. The more important one, digital currency. And as of July, 56 central banks were already talking openly, publicly, about these efforts. So there are two questions that I think stem from seeing every central bank in the world launch at the same time a digital currency. One is, who is pulling the strings behind the scenes?
Yeah, and who's pulling the strings behind the scenes? That are these wicked elites, man. These Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Rockefellers, you know. They are the bankers, the elite bankers of the world, They are the one who pulling the strings, man, you know. That is easily said, man. They are the one who doing this, man. Because this was already, this was plans like decades and decades and decades and decades ago. This was all planned, man. They all already want to do this a long time ago. So they are the one who pulling the strings, man.
Evidently in control of every money supply in the world, right? And if you look at the ownership of the central banks, that question is actually easy to answer. The more important one, and the one I want to try and look at tonight, is what is the goal of this? Why is this something that is clearly baked into the agenda for control around the world? And to answer that question, I want to look at Guatemala.
Totalitarianism, man. They want total control over everybody's money, of everybody's life. Let me say it like that. That is all their plans, man. He want to sit on the throne saying that he is the Most High. That is the only thing he want to do, man. Control everything what you do. That's why they're doing what they're doing now, man. Because in China, they already have this system, man. Credit score system. That's why they have all these cameras, these fancy cameras, who can monitor every move that you make. They want to control you in your home, how many times you have sex with your woman, and all these kinds of madness they are talking about, man. Because you see, we dealing with the devil. The so-called white man Esau Edom is the devil, what the Bible speaks of, man. Because he wants to be the Most High, man. Let me go to a scripture, man. Man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 8. Therefore, hear now this: thou art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And yeah, man, this is what he's thinking, man, that he will, he living in pleasures, man. And because all the things he sees that nothing is happening to him that he's thinking, you know, that the Most High hide his face, that he can do what he wants, man. You know, he got no problem, man. You know, and that's why he said in his heart, there is none else beside me. So he said the Most High is not here, man. You know, he sees himself as the Most High. And he thinks that's why he thinks his dwelling place is gonna be for generation till generations, man. You know, and so that he sit as a widow, he not will sit as a widow. He says to himself like, hey, man, I ain't gonna have the loss what these other nations have, man. I'm always gonna be rich and abundantly have money, you know, no suffering of losing children, you know, so he can give passed on his generational wealth. And that is what these Edomites, this is how the way they live and thinking without care, you know. They don't suffer the consequence. And our forefathers also said, well, hey, why the wicked are prosper? But hey, the end of them is gonna be cruel, man, you know. And this is what the Most High said, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. And these things, what we see in with this New World Order, take the you know what, this is all sorceries, man. You know, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, because he's bringing the whole day, he's telling you, in a wicked way, he put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That is what he's constantly doing, man, and that is enchantments on the people, because people are suffering, man. If you see what is happening in Australia, they have these camps now for so-called are if you got you know what, they put you in the camps. You know that clip went viral over the whole internet about that lady who was locked up in one of these camps, man. You know, and it is like a concentration camp, man. So, and when we were saying these things more than a year ago, they said this was for false information and false news. But hey, these things are happening right now, man. So who's the one who's spreading false information? That is you devils, man, who try to block our videos. You know, because we are prophesying, we was prophesying, and the apostles was prophesying about this like more than 30 years ago, man. You know, that this would happen, man. And now it is happening, man. Now you see all these things are start to fulfill. So you see, man, this is all what they do, man. Constantly throwing out a chance, but the Most High is gonna put him down very soon, man. Because verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and no one else beside me. And this is this is how that's why they said trust in science. You know, you need to trust in the science. They even want to lock you up or shut you down or how you call it? Uh, they blackballing you, like for lack of better words, you know, if you said that you don't trust in the science, man. That's why they say this is disinformation if you're talking about things that you don't trust the science. So because you don't trust their wicked sorcery and their wicked science, they want to put you down, man. That is how wicked these devils are, man. You know, because they are playing for the Most High, man. And if you say that in their face, they hate it, you know. They be like, yeah, this is disinformation, because they want to force you to bow to them, man, for the image of the beast, you know. That is what they want. They want you to bow down for them, man. But hey, the Most High said, man, you are preferred. Your heart is preferred thee. You know, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had by preferred. And what that means, your whole science, the whole way of your construction of thinking. Because look what you do to the earth, man, and to the world, man. Is that wisdom? Is that knowledge? Hey, let me say it boldly. You are a wicked piece of shit, man. You're destroying the earth, man. The whole creation is mourning because of you. All kinds of wickednesses is going on. When you, since you are in rulership, man, this whole earth, man, there's nothing good is coming of that. It's crazy that you need to go to this, that you, if you buy something over here, man, that you need to look if there's no chemicals in it, or the products are so-called vegan. It need to be, it have to be normal that it is, that you don't have to look at this vegan, and that the stuff that you buy that is healthy for you, man. But here, man, it's just all kinds of enchantments. You need to look, and still, if they say there is that is the so-called healthy, still is polluted, man. So you need to go, man. You need to get thrown off your throne, man. That's why we prophesying against you, Mount Seir, that everything is gonna end, man. And you're still pushing it to the limit, man. But hey, man, the Most High's got you, man. Your wickedness has reached the heavens, man, and soon you're gonna get punished and get severe judgment of the Most High, man. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. And this is going to happen soon, man. Because the angels are watching, man. They're looking, man, and they waiting only for the green light, that the prophecies are fulfilled to take this whole place down, to take your whole kingdom down, man. And we are already at these steps because the Most High put it in your heart to do this wicked, to do these things what need to be done, man. Because you created to be the wicked. Esau, Edom, you so-called white man, man. And then mainly, I'm saying it again, the elites. I don't care about Johnny from the corner or Johnny on my work. I don't care about him because he's also in getting he's also oppressed by the so-called elites because they are even not good to themselves. you know but still they got it better than us. Also, he gonna get gonna go in slavery, man, Johnny, from work. But they are not the one who are in control. The one who are our problem. These are these wicked elites, man. And their handlers, these politicians, because constantly they throwing out enchantment to the people, man. But hey, man, this kingdom is gonna be translated. Let me go to that precept, man. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another people, to another, Salakia. And what is here, what's happening here constantly? Unrighteous dealings, man. Injuries, and riches got by deceit, because how these Edomites got their wealth by robbing, stealing, pillaging the whole earth, man. By lying. Look what they did to the natives, man, in America. They made all kinds of treaties and broke these treaties with these people, man. With these people, our brothers and sisters, because they are Hebrew Israelites, man. They are the northern tribe, man. Unrighteous dealings, man. And riches got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. And what that means, because Jacob is, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that follow it. And we are Jacob, man. So this kingdom is going to be translated to us, man, to the rightful owners of this planet, man, together with Yahweh Shai sitting on the throne. And we're going to be these, hey, Yahweh Ratasa, I'm one of the hopefully elect, that we're going to be these new rulers of this kingdom, man. And ruling this kingdom in righteousness, man. Let me go back to the video, man.
Guadalajara, who has just finished launching their own local digital currency. Let's do that. I'm Christian, and this is the Ice Age Farmer broadcast. And here from MexicoNewsDaily.com, we read that Guadalajara has launched a digital currency used for payment of goods and services in the area. A new digital currency can now be used to pay for goods and services and participating businesses in the Guadalajara metro area. It's pegged to the Mexican peso. It's called the Huzi, and it was officially launched about a month ago in mid-October. Citizens can obtain Huzis, which are a blockchain-based digital currency, by downloading a Huzi app on your cell phone and then carrying out certain activities that benefit their communities or the environment. So already we see this is tied directly into the ESG push and the desire to control people's behavior right out of the gate. Huzis can also be earned through the use of public transport, running and cycling. Riding a bike for 30 minutes, for example, earns a Huzi app 10 Huzis. People get 50 Huzis if they sign up a friend to the app, and 100 if they sign up a business. So, just to pause briefly, we see that this Huzi, this digital currency, is actively trying to shape people's behavior by literally giving them money to do certain things. If you ride the bus, we're going to give you free pesos. If you go running, we're going to give you money. This is not just behavior modification for the entire population, but it's also a form of universal basic income.
Yeah, man, and we was talking about it, that universal basic income, UBI, they call it also, So, and that means, and this is what in Holland they're gonna start, like I think next year, they're gonna start a so-called trial to look how it's happening, and these are all tests to see how further they can push their new world order, man, you know. And this is what Klaus Schwab was saying, for like, 2030 goals are, you're gonna own nothing, but you're gonna be happy. This is what these devils are up to, man. And this is not a good thing, because if you think this is a good thing, you better think again, man, because you're gonna be slaves of the elites. We already are slaves, but still, we could move a little bit, pre this pandemic, we could move a little bit, but now they set themselves to push it to limit, and these are all beta tests, test runs, to see how far they can push it, because this is we all already in the new world order, man. Don't make a mistake about it. That's why we see everything what's happening. They make you get gradually, like I always say that it's like you put the frog in a pan, and you turn up the heat slowly, he gonna stay in the pot and he gonna get cooked. Because if you was putting the frog in a hot pan already, it was cooking, the water was cooking, and you put the frog in the pan, he's gonna jump out, and that is exactly what they do with us now, man. Slowly they're cooking you, they bleach in the pan, and you think, oh, it is nice and warm, no problems, but all of a sudden, man, you are cooked, you're done. And this is what they're doing, gradualism, man, pushing this, that's why they give you freedom, then they take it away, give you freedom, then they take it away, and it's still coming harder. Now a new variant is, and this is now you need a new third, now you need booster, you need this, you need that, and this is how they pushing their agenda, man. And a lot of people are failing to see what's going on. A lot of people, you got people too now who's waking up to all the BS, they'd be like, hey, man, something is going wrong, especially people also that took it. And now, if you took these things, they're saying to you like, "Hey, man, you are not fully got the, yeah, you are now like the people who don't have it, because why? You need to have that booster too." And Australia, I see in a recent article, Australia already said that they have 14 boosters, so for each year you get 2 boosts or something like this. This is gonna be 7 years, man. You're gonna you're gonna take that. You're gonna take that, man. So this is crazy, man. But okay, I'm drifting off a little bit because this is about this digital currency. But this is what it all comes down to, man. It boils all down to this particular thing, man. And in Sweden already they have they implanted under the skin. So you know what it means, man. I'm gonna search for it. Maybe I'm gonna put it here in this video. in the one of these stores. I thought it was Walmart. I don't know, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was one of these stores. A guy who was filming. He was buying some groceries, and they already had all the stuff was behind close close how you call it how you call it, there was behind closed doors, let me say it like that for lack of better words, but it was all behind in a refrigerator, if you open a refrigerator in a store, and you can take some pizzas, frozen pizzas, or vegetables, some of these doors, and you are seeing that above it, that you can scan your forehead and scan with your hand palm. Hey, that is the revelation, man. They already make these things, so if uh, this new world order is gonna kick in, that it is gonna be mandatory to have these things, that no man can buy or sell, without it. Then the whole grid is ready. That's why they're creating already the grid that you get used to these things. That this is gonna happen, man. But let me say, look a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna go to some precepts, and then I'm gonna close out because I'm going already too long into this. But hey, the spirit is guiding you.
All rolled into this rollout. Now we start to get some insight into why every government in the world is doing the same thing at the same time, which maybe you can make some argument, I would think, not with any integrity, that every government doing the same thing as far as lockdowns in response to a pandemic, maybe that could have been organic. But this is clearly contrived. This is clearly being driven by some central authority. Continuing, quote, when people use the digital currency to make purchases, 4% of the value of the transaction is returned to you in Hoosies. Oh, here's a discount for using the digital currency, right? Again, free money to use this new system instead of those pesos. And don't use cash anymore. No, we're not even going to outlaw it yet. We're just going to give you free money for using it. The whole project cost under $60,000 to develop, which tells you how easy this is for them to launch. About 1,800 people downloaded this Hoosie app, and more than 100 businesses have already signed on as providers to be using this, because even they get 500 pesos, Hoosies, just for for accepting this new digital.
Yeah, and this is another thing. All these companies, they get the government is pressure them to cooperate, because if these companies don't cooperate, to pressing the people, this is the only way they can do it. They're gonna get fines, and big fines, So they're scaring the owners of companies to comply in the new world order. So that's why you see all these stores are complying and telling you, yo, you need. And in Holland is already like this. They have the 2G rule for these non-essential stores, and they make the stores to comply in this new world order, to pressure the people, because on their own they cannot do it. If all these stores would say like, hey man, hey, the hell with it, then it was difficult for them. But what they are doing, they pressure these people, because you need to know, like, that's why we have BlackRock organization, and the BlackRock and the Vanguard are the board members are the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and that you can look this up. There's no secret, and they are here operating in Amsterdam and all these big major cities, man. That last time, that's why there was a squat. The people who squatting, so they break in houses to live there. They knew about it. That's why somewhere here in Amsterdam, they took one of these houses, because they did it on purpose, because it was owned by BlackRock. Now BlackRock sold it because they were in the spotlight, because these devils are operating in secret, in secretly. They operate Salakia in secrecy, these devils. They're operating like that. And they know, like, if the people gonna find out what's really going on, because they are buying real estate, and they're buying a lot of houses, man, without people knowing, man. And this is a foreign operation, but hey, they own everything. They own the media. They own the banks. They are the big dogs, man. Even Bill Gates is small, a small pocket change money by these elites, man. And people cannot imagine that, man. They control all the natural resources, man, on this earth, man. But hey, man, that's why a lot of things is coming out to light because hey, why? So in Psalms, man, that the own tongue is gonna fall upon themselves, roughly paraphrase, and that is what's happening now, man. Because before people didn't know that. Even I was okay. I heard a little things and there, but hey, through the Most High, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, things is getting revealed, man. That I see like, hey, what's really going on, man? It's like the Matrix, and a lot of people are stuck in the Matrix. They don't know what's going on, and but they are in control of everything, man. And that's why they're getting mad and want to now ban the internet and all these things because why are people getting awareness about things what is going on? They see the bullshit, man, and that does not sit well with these elites. And that's why they're doing these things what they're doing now, like hey man, making haste to bring their new world order, man. But hey man, you're gonna get brought down low.
Currency. So we're gonna bribe you to use it. We're gonna bribe the businesses to take it.
Yep.
Eventually, if it's a central bank, you just outlaw all other cryptocurrencies and you do away with cash. Eventually, they will be more heavy-handed about this.
And that
But
is
for
the
this
whole
initial
plan.
rollout, it's just we're gonna sort of bribe you to do this. Here is the homepage of this project, Whozy.io. It talks about how you're going to be rewarded for living in your own city. Again, a hint of this behavior.
And that is the credit score system what they try to make, and it is already in China happening right now. How we speak, in China they have the credit score system, and that is a wicked system, man. And also, you Moabites, you're gonna the Most High is gonna punish you for your anticipation with the beast, man, with Esau, Edom, man. And you want to be the head of things nowadays, man. That's why they're talking about China's gonna be the new world power. Hey, but they ain't gonna have the only new world or power that's gonna come. That is gonna be Yahweh Shai, man. You know, he's gonna he's gonna be the one who's gonna subdue all these nations, man. And together we will rule with Yahweh Shai on the throne. It's gonna be the Israelites, man. The meek shall inherit the earth, man. Don't forget. None of you nations is gonna inherit this earth, man, because this earth is gonna, if the Most High ain't gonna save us, man, or save the elect, man, this world is gonna go down, man. Everything is gonna be polluted. It's gonna start to break down, man. They're gonna do, because we dealing with madmen, man, the mad scientists, man.
Modification. Every time you buy at a registered shop, you'll immediately receive 15% of your total purchase in Whoosies. So the more you use this digital currency, the more free money you get. Again, it's a bribe. They're bribing people to use this system that is ultimately a form of enslavement. And let me just point out.
You see, I was saying it, man. This is a form of enslavement. That whole UBI system, that digital currency, everything what they try to push is only for your enslavement, man. And people don't notice that is going on, man. But a lot of people are in gross darkness, They don't know what's going on. But this is what is going on, man. Hey, man, Esau Edom, man.
You don't even need a social credit score if your central bank is forcing you to use a digital currency, which is going to modify your behavior for you, and furthermore, which can just be turned off with the flick of a switch. Never mind cash. That was yesteryear. That's gone now. And here from Whozy.io, they even mentioned that we're going to start measuring the social impact of your business, letting you know that they're collecting data on your activities, and they're going to tell you if you're exceeding your bounds. So what does that look like when you scale up to a central bank digital currency? We can look at some of the things that are already being implemented. You've heard, I'm sure, because I've mentioned it in the past, of Doconomy and some of these other credit cards that purport to measure your carbon impact as you spend money. So if you buy meat at the supermarket, your carbon score goes up quite a bit. If you buy some celery, not a big deal. And it cuts you off. Never, forget the dollars, right? Forget the currency. It cuts you off when you exceed your carbon. So it's not just how much money you have, it's how much credit for carbon you have. It's how much whatever arbitrary impact the technocrats wish to impose. The central bank digital currencies are the perfect medium to control every aspect of your life.
That's right.
Don't take my word for it. It doesn't just stop at this
And that is what they're doing, man. In this whole climate scheme, it's a scheme. They try to tax you for carbon. So if you buy too much meat, even if the way you breathe, man, they're gonna tax you for that. And when I was younger, my mom's always used to say that, and my pops like, hey, man, these peoples, and I call them these devils. They're gonna tax you for breathing, man. And now we in this time, man, that they said, yo, man, you use too much air. You eat too much meat. They're gonna tax you for that, man. And how they can monitor that? Because you're gonna have that credit card, and they can see what you purchase at the stores, and they can witness what you're doing. So they be like, oh, okay, today you bought some meat, okay, now we're gonna tax you for that. So your credit is gonna get lower, and all kinds of madness. And this is their sustainable goal. And now they blaming you for you using the things that they have created, that you are using. This is how madman Esau Edom is. He get fat and rich, these elites, from the factories that they built, from all the pollution they made on the earth. But now they are turning that, and this is also with this pandemic, they creating things in the labs, and now they're pointing the fingers like, hey, you are the blame. You need to put down on a mask and keep 6 feet distance. Gonna get you, take the what in your body. This is what they're doing, man. This is how wicked Esau Edom is, man. And people are falling for the okie doke, man, constantly, man. Don't see what's going on, because if you think really well, you must be like, hey, you crazy. And that's why they said, man, these elites said, one of these devils said, man, if they know really what we was doing, they was prosecuting us, man. Then we had to hide, flee in our bunkers, because they're going to be an uproar of the people, But a lot of people don't want to see this, man. So, man, let me go to a precept, man. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And we are dawning in these days, man. It is now they yet not yet doing it, but they are speaking about it like, hey, we got to make it mandatory to you take that, you do that. And that is how you're gonna bow. And a lot of people are bowing to the image of the beast, because he gave life, because you need to worship him. That's why I was reading this previous scriptures. He wants to be the Most High, that you are worship him, and that is what 2/3 of the world is doing, because they are afraid. A lot of doing it under pressure. A lot, and you got people also who really like what he's doing, because they are worship him, and that is what he wants. But we, who know the truth, who are the children of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we don't worship the beast, man. We ain't bowing the knees to Baal, man. We are standing firmly and telling him in his face, like, hey, you are the wicked one, and exposing him about for the things what he's doing, man, through the power and the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And he don't like it, So he gonna kill those who don't worship the image of the beast. And who are that, man? That are those who stand firmly against this devil, man, and telling him like, hey, man, we don't worship you, Satan, because you ain't going to be beneficial for his new world order, for his fourth industrial revolution. you know? Verse 70, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads. And like I was saying, and maybe I can find a video to put that in here about that guy who went up in the supermarket and seeing these things that is already connected with. You have the digital owl in your hand and in your forehead, man. And that no man, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he got the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And if you see all these patent numbers from Gates, the banks, the barcodes, is all 666. You know? And you cannot buy anymore. That's why they was pushing into this, man, that you cannot, you don't have access to nothing anymore. You cannot buy, you cannot sell, you know, if you don't have that digital charagma, man, you know, the digital owl or the number of his name. So you need to have this barcode, you know, you need to have this code to trade or sell with it, you know. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, not of a spiritual demon, Satan. You got the spiritual. You got the spirit Satan. You know, the angel Satan, because he's an angel too. You know, but it is not him. He's the one who give. He's giving instructions to Esau Edom, because that is a man. Satan is a man. Once again, I'm going to read it, man. You know, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. And that is Esau Edom, man. You know, with these patent numbers. And that is why they said, here is wisdom. If you got the wisdom and you know it, then you know, oh, that is these devils, man. And Satan is a man. The beast is a man. You know, so we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You know, because we see what's going on, man. So let's go back to the video and then I close out.
You can see other digital currencies like Sweatcoin, which tries to encourage you to exercise, or SoberCoin, which rewards you for being sober, or Clinicoin, which calls itself an open source wellness platform, rewarding users with crypto for engaging in healthy activities, like the Whoozy, right, when you ride the bus or go running. Here's a little bit more on the Clinicoin, talking about the first baby to be born on the blockchain. Quote, logging this information on the blockchain enables healthcare providers to incentivize, control your behavior, to incentivize healthy, proactive pregnancy behaviors. For instance, if a patient shows up for all of your prenatal appointments, maybe you receive a digital asset representing an umbrella, which you can then go redeem for an actual umbrella at a shop. Incentivizing healthcare at this special part of a woman's life gets her through the door, generates data, again, there's the key, and presents that data back to the woman, empowering her to make better decisions around her health and her baby's health. It also empowers your insurance company to raise your premiums if you don't behave correctly. Or, for example, if you purchase unhealthy food, your premiums can go up. And maybe you even lose your SNAP cards, your EBT cards, your food stamps. Here's an example of how your social benefits can be tied to your behavior. If you have a healthy eating incentive down here at the bottom, when you purchase healthy food, it all flows back to the government, who's monitoring this and who can continue your social benefits or cut you off if you buy a candy bar. It is an astounding degree of data collection and control over everyone. And that's why Reuters is saying, yeah, this is an idea whose time has come. That's why this is being launched at a ferocious speed by nearly every central bank in the world. that, and they're all owned by the same people. So if you were wondering why every country in the world is looking at launching this right now, or if you have friends and family who are seeing these kinds of headlines but that aren't as plugged.
Yeah, man. So we see what's going on, man, and this is the future. What they try to implement, man, and that is all gonna. What I was reading in Revelation, they're gonna implant this in your body, the digital owl. This is all prophecies, man. So that they can sit on the throne and saying that they are the Most High, because then they have total control. Because this is a battle for your soul, man. This is not nothing. So this is not like, oh man, we let this happen. No, this is a battle for your soul, man. They want to control your soul. That is what it's all about, man. Because they have everything, man, but they don't have your soul. And this is what these devils want, man. To control, have total control over your soul, man. So they can be the Most High. Because you need to know, man, the World Economic Forum, they're talking about transhumanism, smart cities, and what they do with smart cities. That means you'll be fused, with the computer, with the machines, man. This is what they want, man. And that is madness. Esau Edom is a mad scientist, man. It's only gonna lead to eliminate the creation what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have made, man. That's why they said already that you can use herbs that really come from the Most High, man. They say you need to take their things with chemicals mixed in it and say that is good for you. So he's a complete devil, man. He don't want to see you really get healthy and get benefit from all the good herbs what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai put on the earth for your own benefit to completely heal you. No, he give you things that you need tomorrow one, you need tomorrow why? Because these big pharma is making a lot of money off it, man. To keep you that you're not completely healed, because then they can give you for years, they can give you pills, man. Because every time you use a pill, they get money, man. That's why they are manipulating nature, plants, seeds, so they have patent on it, because they cannot do it, man. The Constitution, if you read in the law, they cannot, natural things of the earth, they cannot take patent on it, man. So what they need to do, if they put their alter the DNA or do something, and that is what is gonna happen with humans, man. So they can they can make money off you, man. Have a patent of you when they can do these things, because you are not natural owned anymore by the Most High, man, by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai. These devils are taking it to a whole other step. But hey, they're gonna get punished for this, man. The Most High is gonna bring these devils down, man. So for the elect's sake, man, and to the elect, man, keep praying to a few Aquats who are listening, and learning to your Akim. Hey, man, pray, man, that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is taking us out of this madness, man. This wicked kingdom, man, with these wicked devils around us, man. Yeah, man, with this, I'm going to end it, man. Kalalayim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abat Babal. Shalom.